Welcome to Forever Exiled. I'm Justin, aka Tags. What the?
I'm
Welcome.
Debbie.
Welcome.
Ready?
Yeah.
All right.
And go.
What episode is this? I didn't write it down. Is this 329?
It's 329. But
Dude.
for some reason. Okay, hold on. I'm Justin, aka Tags.
And I'm Debbie, Wrecker of Days.
That will let
Best
me-
secretary ever.
I don't know why my audio was capping when I first started. Maybe I was too excited. That's why it was.
Check it out. Do your levels.
No,
Maybe you
I
haven't done your
dropped it a
levels.
little
Check
bit.
your levels. All right.
It's okay. Anyway,
Anybody out there seen Strange Wilderness?
is that the one it's from? Because we always get too confused.
Debbie! Yes. So I
Next.
like both characters are great, and I feel so bad for not remembering the other character. But Steve Vaughn, in every
so
show he
good.
gets me, or in every show he's in, he gets me. Like I don't know. Like if he was
Sahara, his comedy in Sahara.
right,
So good.
maybe your head's just too big. No, somebody would have said something. But like, it's just one of those things where it's like, if he was in your group of friends, you would think I'd just have a crush on him. Like I'm straight, married my wife, right? Straight.
But Steve makes you
if
laugh.
he was in our group and just him looking, just existing would make me laugh. You would just think I have the biggest crush.
No, he's
Biggest
so
crush
funny.
on him. And so anything he's in, I'm like, yeah, I'm in. Even if it's a serious role. Okay, I'm in. And I'm laughing. It could be like the biggest, it'd be like when Jim Carrey did the Truman Show, and showed the other side of his artistic talent. That back in the day, of course, now we know he can do tons of drama, but it'd be like Steve Zahn's trying to do one of those dramas. And I'd be pissing myself laughing the whole time just because I'm remembering all his other quotes.
Yeah, so
Anyway,
fun.
Debbie, that's me.
It's
Debbie,
funny that
hi.
it struck in my head when you said ready when we were getting started, and for some reason that I heard Debbie and then also said next. So anyway, episode 329 of our podcast together. Big shout out to our patrons. Thanks to everybody who resubbed up this week. Patreon gets you
Yes,
access
thank
to
you.
After Dark. It's our podcast after the podcast. We keep going.
And there's probably going to be a lot of Debbie, a
Could be.
lot of Steve Zahn. Honestly, we're going to forget all of this, and we're going to talk about something completely different.
Hey Ty, are
Oh,
there any
next week
special
our-
dates to acknowledge before the next podcast?
Let me check, Ron
I just-
Burgundy. Hang on. Yes, there is.
I got the question mark.
Because,
Oh, our league. Our
wait,
private league.
that's
okay.
actually today. I think we said that last week, but today, it is today. Today's the 23rd.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
What'd you say?
Open beta for Path 1.
What did we
To
say last
open, not
week?
to close. But that sounds familiar. So we did that last week. So whatever. No double congratulations for you, GGG. But 2013, that's kind of a big deal, right? Like it's 2026. When I'm writing 2026 on our templates, I'm like, that's weird.
It is weird.
Well, because for me, like almost every job I've done has been date oriented, especially in the hotel industry. When I worked in the hotel industry, you're working like 1, 2, 3 years in advance. I mean, not normally 3 years, but like there's some events where you are, right?
Sure.
And if you have a big hotel and you have all these big events that you're planning for and scheduling for, you're always working in advance. So I remember when I was working in the hotel industry, sure, it would be whatever year it was, but the date I was always writing down was the next year, like the following year or the year after that. It was
Sure.
1 or 2 years later. So when it came down to like writing your, like, what date is it for your kids going to this like permission slip thing? And what's the date today? I'm like, I always had to think on the year because I was always writing down the subsequent years, right? I was never actually doing stuff for the current year. And I don't know where that came from.
Well,
I don't remember the segue.
2013 is where it started.
Right.
Yeah.
So anyway, there's a segue that isn't going to be connected there.
But
And,
next episode, he'll remember when he re-listens to this and he'll tell us that middle part.
do you remember that? There was an episode where, like, it might have been After Dark, where in the middle of you having a serious statement, I'm like, right, it was wedgies, or like a completely random comment, but it was something that we forgot.
If it
Aaron
was
and I
After
did
Dark,
that.
I may not remember that.
No, I don't think you remember any After Dark episodes.
No.
But Aaron and I were talking last night, and we were in the middle of whatever conversation, and the subject changed to this and that, as it does. And then it's like, oh, shoot, what were we talking about? And we remembered this morning. It was great. It was awesome to actually check that box off.
Right. Feels good.
Well, it's like in Home Alone, right? When Mrs. McAllister's on the plane and she's like, no, it's not the garage door. That's not it. You just know when it is what it is.
Speaking of checking off boxes and Patreon. Dun, da, da.
Oh, holy, that is a thick box, Justin.
A little bit noisy. So here's the thing. Do you have any?
It's blurry. You're going to have to. Oh, 300.
Well, it cost $2 more than 100. So I was like, all right.
Well, of course. So, okay.
So
listeners, normally we don't ask for patrons.
We're ready.
We have a lot of envelopes we got to use. So if you can just sign up for a month, we send you a don't tell anybody.
Yeah,
but we send you a thank you card, which costs about as much as
your
initial month subscription.
Oh, no.
What?
These are totally not the right size.
4.5 by 6.
You told me that, and I went to it, and I was like, okay, good. And then when I looked at this one, I saw 3 5/8. I was like, oh yeah, that's over half, but it's also the wrong hole. So I did 3
Can you hold one up?
5/8. Yeah, they're not going to fit unless we pull cards in half.
Oh,
well, I'll return those and order new ones, but we're ready. We may not have 300.
Hang on. Let me find out. Up? No. There's an individual who we must apologize to.
I know it's coming. Sorry.
Yeah, it is. But you deserve a second shout out.
I thought I was all ready to go.
Jackson 31.
It's coming.
Possibly Charles Manzolini.
It's coming.
Possibly Demecular Traveler.
It's coming.
No, Rob Denevy. No, you got yours. Okay. Anyway, a few apologies going out there into cyberspace.
Well, Tyler
thank you
tells
very
me
much
about
for your
his
support.
Week. I will order new ones.
That's right. Your thanks is incoming. Also, Justin, while I'm telling you about my week, 4.5 by 6.
On it.
For some reason, we have cards that aren't 4 by 6. We have cards that are 4.5 by 6.
No. I saw 3 5/8.
Expensive envelope on the planet.
I saw 3 5/8, and for some reason, my head saw 5/8 going. Well, that's over a half, so I'm good. I messed up on the hole. So,
dude, I got to bring up something else here because I totally get it. Because when I'm shopping for my furnace filter,
yeah.
So for those like 3 people that listen, that where
can I point one thing out while you're looking that up? If I search on Amazon 4.5 by 6 inch envelopes, don't show me 4 3/8 by 5 3/4.
No, Amazon's
that's
so
not helpful.
You can't trust Amazon. I hate it. Even in the description, it'll have like 8 different dimensions just so that whatever dimension you're looking for shows up, even though it's not the right dimension.
Weird. It is actually 4.5.
Yeah, hang
Interesting.
on.
All right.
No, let me double check. Hang on. I have to go upstairs and get my keychain that has the only flexible measuring tape in the entire house. Okay. My keychain it's like a wheel. It looks like a tire.
You don't have rulers or anything in your
measuring
house?
tape. I can't hear you. I don't have my headset on, so keep it up. You're doing great. But
wow. Who doesn't have a ruler?
I have to go upstairs and get that. Oh man. Oh right. So we were talking about years, right? It's 2026.
Yep, it is.
Don't you think it's kind of ridiculous with all the technology that we have? Like we're planning another moon mission for the first time in a billion years. Mm-hmm. How we still need headsets to get good mic audio. Yes. Like they haven't figured out how to just do speakers and audio.
Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean?
Well, just like we need a headset to make sure there's no bleed of sound from you coming to me. That seems so, I don't know. I don't know anything about that.
There is the ability for that. Like there are some that can do that. It's just it's not as clean. And
how?
We like clean.
We live in a cell phone world with people are grocery shopping on their bloody speakerphone.
I know, but it's the way that it cuts the audio. So you could do it, but it would sound worse. And we're not.
Doesn't matter. That. It's like we're 2026.
Okay,
it's there.
Yeah, I get it.
Someone's deciding, like Jerry Seinfeld in the 90s, that getting water or seedless watermelon is more important.
Now, hey, you know what? If you'd like to write a letter, I
have 300 envelopes. All right, we're gonna do inches because this is an imperial measurement. Because in centimeters, you're getting into decimals here. So we're looking at 6 inches wide. Justin?
Yes.
Should we update our logo to be a little bit more bloody?
Okay.
Well, I don't know.
6 inches.
We have a goofball and a serious.
Is it not actually 4 inches? in the height.
No, and then in height, it's 4.5 inches, just under 4.5 inches. Well, you could do 11.4 centimeters.
No, I need inches. It is actually 4.5 inches.
It's 4.5 inches.
Interesting. All right.
Who the hell, hey?
Well,
the most expensive thank you cards on the planet.
Yeah, it's going to take a minute to recoup that one. How was your week?
Well, at least a month. Thank you, patrons.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
You better appreciate your thank you cards.
And sticker.
I had a good week, man. As you can tell, I had a good week. Family's good, healthy. The kids have, like, for whatever the reason is, you know how we joke around pro D days, they need at least like one a week 70 kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Like my daughter had a swimming week this week, so she just did that. And they're both coincidentally in different schools have PJ day today.
Yes. Cool.
Our daughter has like that buddy system. So like, remember when we went to high school? So when we went to high school in the 90s, it was the 90s. It was like 95 when we went to high school, right?
Mm-hmm.
95, 96. Yeah. Because we graduated in 2000. So when we went to high school, it was just straight from elementary school to high school, right? There was no middle school where we lived.
Right. Yep.
And that's changed in our system, whether it's our region's grown or we're just copying what everybody else does. I don't know. But there was no middle school when we went to elementary school and high school. And so we went and we were like, if you're a late bloomer and you go to high school in grade 8, you look like an elementary school kid.
Like
you're walking around these grade 12s with like dicks down to their knees and facial hair and tits.
Okay.
When you're in grade 8, I mean, they make humans differently now, but
they're
they
all
didn't
different.
then.
Yeah.
They didn't then.
No, it's true.
So it was really intimidating. But now, like, they have that system where it's like middle school kids, like they have an elementary school buddy and then they talk and all that kind of stuff. My daughter had like the worst middle school buddy in the planet because it was like doomsday. She's like the most depressed person on the planet. No, but my daughter totally checked out from it. She was like, so she said it was like this and I'm really not. And I'm like, no, it's nothing like that. She's like, oh, okay.
That's good.
But she's now the buddy going back. And she was actually really hoping to be Oliver's buddy, which would be completely counterintuitive having your sibling.
I'm pretty sure they probably
buddy.
make sure that doesn't happen.
Right. But they were actually pissed about it when they weren't each other's buddy. Yeah. So, I mean, they probably wanted to play like invisible laser tag or something together during the buddy appointment. But anyway, they're having a good time. Everything's great. We went swimming again. I have this thing in my phone because, you know, swimming lessons are like impossible to get here. Whatever happened during COVID, there's just
no lifeguards.
Whether it's like there's nobody that wants to be a lifeguard or it costs too much to have enough, but their swimming lessons are like the hottest ticket in town. So you can't get them. So I have a reminder in my phone to take my kids swimming once a week.
Yep. Which
I never do. We did that this week. So I felt like, I checked that off on my little task list on Microsoft To Do. And I'm like, yeah, I'm a pretty good parent.
Good job.
And that was it. We went for half an hour because Oliver had skittleball that practice that afternoon. And so he got back late. And by the time we got there, we only had half an hour for free swim.
Still fun.
Diving board was closed. Slide was closed. And the kids had a fantastic time.
Nice. Is it busy during the free swim?
It's really hit and miss because
yeah,
sometimes you have these communities that do different things for individuals, sometimes helping people out with special abilities or different things like that. So it's really hit and miss. The day that we went, it was pretty dead.
Cool.
Yeah. Sometimes like it's funny because I don't know if you like, it's tough for me to remember when I was a kid, but sometimes depending on your mood, you're looking for someone to be friends with you.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like if no one's there and you don't really want to hang out with your sibling or whatever it is, like you're looking for someone to play with because you're just in that mood to not be solo. And then other times you're like, don't touch me. Don't talk to me. And it just, it's sometimes like when we go for a free swim, there's just these kids that are like staring at my kids and they're like, friends, right? So this time it worked out. It was good. They got what they wanted kind of thing. They felt good. But yeah, how was your week, man?
It was the same as last week. It was a
week. Start with a B and end with an Uzi?
Yep. it was the same as last week. It was meetings, speaking appointments, and that's going to be
speaking appointments. What does that mean?
For a while.
Are you like a keynote speaker?
Yeah.
Really?
I really didn't do anything though. Like it was honestly very early mornings, very late nights, and then I was in bed by 10. Like I think last night I was almost ready to crash by 9:30. Like I got home at 6, had to drive back out for 6:30, and then by 9:30 I was like, I think I fell asleep on the couch. But yeah, you know, it was like thing was fine in general. Yeah.
Anytime I ask like, "Hey, you free for whatever?" Never feel bad saying no.
No, I don't.
Even if it's like 100 times.
I would love to.
Good. Yeah. But just don't feel bad saying no. But I want to ask about your speech here, your speaking meeting, because we just had Mark Carney get some standing O when he was talking about Trump.
Not to that degree. Mm-hmm.
But no. But you know, like now it's like the political world. Those are into politics are all talking about stuff and this and that. So you know. What was
not like, that direction? Not going to talk about it, but it was a lot of traveling and speaking. So,
but you were a speaker and you were speaking in front of people.
Yeah. So
more than 3.
Yeah, a few more than 3.
Like it wasn't a typical meeting.
No, and it'll be again this coming week and for the next few weeks. So it is. It's busy. It's nice, but
keep it general. But I am curious, and I am going to forget for After Dark, which is why I'm bringing it up now. So, coffee. Hold that. Way more important than you.
Sweet mug.
Oh, it is, man. But don't buy. Hang on, Justin. I got to talk about the merch store because we've had some problems with it and we haven't talked about it yet.
Yeah, don't buy from it.
And we do need to. So
we got to change it.
If you want to buy merch, let us know ahead of time. Actually, like message us on Discord or something.
Send us a message, and my wife will make you the shirt, and we'll send it to you.
No, like
that's way easier.
We'll fix it up, but we have to fix something because Teespring is such a load of crap.
Yep.
So like if you're looking to do stuff like support us and things like that, we're not asking, but you know,
Patreon.
There's just some people that really want to. Honestly, Patreon is the safest and not just safest, but I don't know, I guess the most legit way. The place that we do merch from they're shit.
Yeah, they're not.
They really
good.
are.
They really
and we really would love to be with someone else, but it all just doesn't make sense anywhere else. But this place doesn't make sense. It's like the best of the worst, but it's pretty worst.
Worst, yeah.
So anyway, let us know ahead of time and we'll fix something up so that it all works. But it's, please don't run. Anyway, yeah, sweet mug. Yep. But you were speaking in front of, let's say, how many people?
This week was not as many. Next week will be a lot more.
Okay, so are we talking like 5 and then 7?
No.
50 and then 70?
Probably closer to that, yeah.
Okay.
So
well,
it's fine. It's
considering good. I know what you do, that's really cool. That's really cool. And is it
it's not though. Like I am so tired. I just want to be done, but it's fine. Everything's good. Busy days.
Are you going to be like Trump and give like a middle finger to all your allies in the middle of a speech and then tell everybody how great you are?
No, I know.
Or is it going to be the complete
to
opposite?
People inside of my industry? So no.
Hey, you know what? Allies are allies, Justin. Good for you.
Yeah, no, the week was very good, like productive, lots of stuff done. I felt it did suck a little bit because I'm used to being home after school. Like when the kids get off school, I try to at least work from home. I have not been able to all this week. Oh, so I kind of missed out on a lot of that, but it was good. It was very busy, got a lot of stuff done, and see how the next week goes.
I like that about you. Because I mean, like assuming our kids live to be healthy and old, you get hundreds of those days where you're home. Mm-hmm. But I like that, you get that itch or you feel like you're missing out when you don't get every day.
Yeah, I get tired of them, but it is nice to hear from them after school and just chat with them and stuff. So
yeah, of course.
What do we got this week in PoE? I didn't play. Did you?
Absolutely nothing.
Oh, there's nothing.
We have a hilarious.
What? Hold on. I saw talent competition.
Okay.
Highlights.
We appreciate your talent, everybody. This is Tyler speaking in case you want to get mad at somebody.
Okay, I looked at the first one. That's really cool.
But I do appreciate your talent. I'm just not interested.
Poison Basketball by Pants? What?
Right.
Poison
Wicked username, Pants.
Oh,
and it's a dragon. It's
cool.
a dragon. Like if you click on the video for 2 seconds.
Or Wyvern.
Wyvern. No, but okay. If you say Wyvern
on purpose.
You son of a. No. Okay.
What am I clicking on?
What is wrong with you? Well, you don't have to click on anything, but if you click on the Wyvern, you can see within 2 seconds how cool the really slow wyvern, but then pukes green and then just kills everything.
Okay, cool. That's
That's awesome. It pukes basketballs.
What's
and kills
the skill
everything.
then?
I don't know.
Like,
As soon as I heard it needed a unique, I was like, bye.
It's fine to need uniques.
Well, of course
what
it
else
is. It's a huge part of the game, and I absolutely love it. But that's not what I build around. And
Environment art. That's cool.
Oh yeah, concept art. Yeah, sweet.
Yep, that stuff is really cool.
And there was no patches this week, so game's fixed.
Oh, okay. Hold. And then legacy.
That's a joke. I know how fixing stuff works. It's just a sassy comment. But I always like when there's no patches in a week. I always like to pretend that the game's perfect.
They made a freaking event on the same day as our event. What the F? Wow.
So our Discord commented that
gear games.
They heard we made a private league and we probably sassed them so much. They're like, F you, F-E. And then made their private league, which they haven't done for 20 years?
I know.
Since the last Phrecia event, I think.
Come on.
Is it actually the same day? I know
it says it starts January 29th at 1 p.m. I'm pretty sure, start January 29th. Oh, we started January 30th at 1 a.m.
Oh,
so
we started later instead of earlier? Oh, man.
So ours starts
all those numbers we were totally hoping for.
Every time I look at our start time, I don't remember. I know that we picked an AM one, but now I'm like, we picked 1:30, not just 1 a.m. Anyway, yeah, we're at 1:30 a.m. January 30th.
Yeah, because it's December 1st, or sorry, it's January 1st month, 30th day.
That makes sense.
If we were starting the 29th, we obviously would have started on the 29th minute, which is exactly 411 minutes and 29 seconds away, or whatever it is.
You know what?
You know what grinds my gears?
No, the thing that's weird for me is I'm reading this Legacy of Phrecia. I didn't read the actual thing, but I don't remember what Phrecia was. Which one was that?
That was the all the ascendancies
the alternate
ascendancies. There's no regular.
Oh, we did a private league with that, didn't we?
Probably.
Yeah, I think we did. Okay. Well,
yeah, that was the one where the Templar had zombie specific nodes, and then I died.
So you could play the Legacy of Phrecia, and you could play it if you want to reach level 50 and 90 to get some box.
CIA as a K?
Or you could play the Forever Exiled private league that is solo self-found, hardcore, none of this namby-pamby. Okay, they're doing both versions, but
No, Forever Exiled is just where it's at. I mean, think about it. For a Discord server that you don't care about, you could get a cool color. If you're good enough.
And a skull. And a shield.
Right.
Get out of here.
If you're good enough.
Does anybody actually have the double skull? I think there is one.
I think there's 2 double skulls and 1 triple.
There's not a triple. Get out of here.
Check.
I'm looking right now. Rolls.
I'm checking right now.
There is a double. There's 2 doubles, 11 singles, not a single trip.
So back to weird dimensions, because I totally forgot about it.
Yeah.
My furnace filter is 16 by 25 by 4.375.
Yeah.
By 3/8.
Okay. Look.
I have 0 options when I go to the store.
Buy it through the company that you had do it. It's cheaper. They told me when they installed mine.
They don't sell them.
What? The same company that installed the furnace doesn't sell them? They told me that they do.
Not this dimension.
What?
They only sell regular dimensions. Anyway, that's continuing our measurement conversation of weird envelope shapes. Well, my air filter cost me $11.75 a month because of how stupid expensive this thick air filter is for this dumb new furnace that we were forced to buy.
I had to do the same thing, and they told me that buying the furnace or the filters through them was cheaper.
Well, I will talk to them. And I will be upset for 30 seconds and grateful for a minute and a half.
Yeah, guess we'll find out. Anyway, that's all the news for Path of Exile this week, eh? Not much going on. What are we at? We have March for the maybe release?
I don't know. It's Path of Exile 1 that's coming out next, so I don't care.
Right. Well, listen, I do, and I'm talking to you, so...
Yeah, what do you have to say about it?
I was asking when it was. But is that just
then.
the announcement for it, right? We don't have any specifics.
No, we don't.
All right. Well, it's been fun.
Yeah. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. No, did you play at all this week?
I didn't play anything at all. Not a single, nothing fun.
I got literally burned.
What?
This week in real life? Yeah, I got a 2nd degree burn.
What?
On my hand, like all over my hand.
How?
The dumb cats that I've been complaining about since they've been born. Look. I mean, it's almost all gone now, but I don't know if you can see. Can you see how
those all scratches, or what is that from? Holy
those
moly.
Are the remainders of my burn.
Are you talking like actual burn?
So
like,
yeah. I was making broth, and my cats are stupid. They're kittens still, so they're still stupid. And doesn't matter how many times they step on a hot burner, they're like, oh, this time it's not going to hurt. They probably don't even remember the last time, even though they were crying for 2 days straight. So most of the time when I'm doing something like cooking for a while, I'll just lock them in the room. Like we have a big rec room downstairs that's relatively kitten proof. So that's where we lock them up. They have their food, litter there and all that kind of stuff until they're not kittens anymore and they can handle the regular house. When we leave the house, for example, that's where we lock them up. So when I'm cooking for a couple of hours and I don't want to have to deal with staring at my stovetop, that's where we lock them up. But I was making broth and it was going to be like simmering for 8 hours. I'm not going to lock them up for that long. And at some point they have to figure it out and learn, right? So I'm going around and I'm doing that. And it was time for me. It was like 10 p.m., but I remembered about the broth later in the day. So, 10 p.m. and it's a quick, like all I'm doing is sifting, right? Like I take the broth from the stovetop and I put it over the sifter and I pour it in, right? And then and the oven's, the stove's already off, but of course it takes time it's a glass top. It takes time to cool down. Anyway, as I'm pouring, so it was simmering, but it's still like low boil. As I'm pouring, the dumb orange cat, Archie, jumps up on the burner.
Oh, no.
So you know how brains work. Like obviously it's all instant, but it takes time to react and do it. So he miraculously jumped on, didn't get the hot parts, even though it was still scalding hot. So, but I'm in the process of no, cat, no. And I go and grab him and take him off. But then he's all squirming because, I'm surprising him and reacting loud and stuff. And that never works well with animals. But it's while I'm pouring the stuff. So anyway, both my hands, he goes flying because I huck him wherever it is that I huck him, because at the same time, all the broth is pouring all over my hand, all over the floor. My whole hand was red. It's I've been burned lots just because of life and all that, but this was the worst burn that I've ever had. Now, it could just be because I'm old and I'm just a wuss now, but it was literally the worst burn that I had. This was a week ago. And it was a 1st degree burn, so I didn't go to the hospital or anything like that. But then it turned into about a day and a half later, I started getting the blisters. And it was really bad. That
looks gross.
Oh, but it's at the itchy stage now.
Yeah, don't do that.
But anyway, my whole hand was I'm one of those people, I've broken a lot of bones in my life. And I'm one of those people that likes to try and bend your finger because, it's swollen and it stings. When you bend your swollen finger when it's broken, it really hurts right off the bat, but then it sends that also oh, that feels good vibe right after it. So I kind of like that kind of pain. And so when my whole hand was burnt, I was trying to slowly close my hand as all my skin is stretching and breaking. And it felt good.
You have a problem.
but now it's at the itchy stage and none of it's fun because now it's I can't even shake people's hands because then they're going to get all that blister juice on them. So
yeah, that looks gross.
So back to Path of Exile.
Well, at least it's healing.
Slowly. I'm kind of hoping for a secret scar though, chick stick scars.
Did they have any patches for PoE2 this week then?
No, they didn't.
Oh,
That's what I was joking about. PoE's fixed. It's good. It's balanced. It's ready to go.
Huh.
I know that's not how it works, so I just like being a sass.
Yeah. They're probably just prepping for the next one, but.
Yeah, well, Path of Exile 1, which doesn't excite me, but it excites you. So congratulations, Justin. I hope you enjoy Pharecia.
No, I'm not going to play Pharecia.
I did play this week. You what?
I'm not going to play Pharecia.
Right.
No,
yeah, we have
I gotta know. Right. I got my own private league to be awesome.
Way cooler.
Also, there's just 20 days.
Better prizes.
There's just 20 days. So you can play ours and then go play theirs.
Talk about cheap.
You don't need 20 days for a private league. Get out of here.
You're right. Make it like Hitman's events. You just get one try and that's it. That's all you get.
Oh, that would be fun, wouldn't it? You get one shot and I feel like they've had that before. There's been that would actually be very fun.
It would be fun.
Yeah,
do a hardcore event. Well,
you just get,
I don't know if you can do hardcore because they don't design their game around hardcore, but you do something that is a one shot. And
yeah, but it's the same as hardcore. You get one death and it's done. When you die once, it's out.
But you can't retry.
You can't retry.
How could you do that softcore? Could you do that softcore?
Well, what difference does it make? When you're dead, you're dead, right? Hardcore software makes no difference.
Well, I guess you could make it like you can only create one character, but you can die as much as you want.
No. That's not fun. I like the idea.
But then you have to start designing your game. The door's just like,
you're out.
Fuck you!
Yeah, I like that idea.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool.
That would be kind
of... I played this week.
Oh, did you? Okay. PoE
and
dose?
This, number 2. And my zombie build is great.
Okay.
It's just boring.
Well, so my theory crafting
brain, like it's funny because no matter the state of Path of Exile, a theory crafter is going to theory craft, right?
Okay.
So even if it's not balanced, even if it's not doing well, even if you're not happy with it, even if you're happy with it, doesn't change that you're like, but what about this? But what about this? But this is interesting. I forgot this scales with this. So my brain's always going. And of course, like I mentioned in the past couple of weeks, the lack of physical damage mitigation for energy shield players, I don't think it's in a good spot because I think you need way too much energy shield to counter the lack of mitigation for physical damage for a pure ES player. Fine when you have the gear and you have 20,000 energy shield, but not fine when you're leveling and you have 3,000 energy shield because 2 basic hits and you're now scrambling with your life flask. Obviously, you play around that and you try not to be hit, but the game of Path of Exile isn't like a no-hit game. It's all about the mitigation, right? So, I don't think it's in a great spot, and whether or not it is or not is irrelevant. That's just how I feel. So my theory crafting brain was going into more melee style and more armor-oriented. And you were talking about the disciple of whoever, Varshi, who has pure energy shield, but then just an innate 60% armor rating. And I mean, that's hot, right? That's super cool. But of course, as a minion player, you're starting as a sorceress, you're losing out on 104% increased minion damage, and that adds up, especially the higher up you get, it's actually more of a detriment, right? As you add the more multiplier to things, it really starts to hurt. So it's not tempting as a minion player to be a sorceress for me still. So I'm like, okay, maybe I could go. And I was talking last week, I think it was about the Smith of Kitava and going with that pure armor setup. Right. But it doesn't specify what kind of body armor. So you could try and do ES with it. And then maybe trying ES and then trying, what was that, like minion skill they have where it's just an invulnerable melee weapon that floats around. It's a minion that scales with strength.
I never actually played it, so I don't know.
And then there's living lightning, which is a support that also scales with dex or strength. So, I'm playing around with those ideas and that kind of stuff. So I start a character, I build a tree, I take the time. My son's super stoked to watch me. And so I'm going through and I'm like, you know what? Like, I'm not a big fan of the fact that I actually have to care about accuracy. Like, I'm an epic warrior. The concept that I could miss somebody that's literally right in front of me. Like, I could throw a phone book with my non-dominant hand and still hit them, but I could miss with my big mace that I've killed thousands with. That's ridiculous to me. Like, I don't think accuracy should really be a thing with the exception of projectiles far away. That being said, I'm not excited about doing melee, but I'm trying it out. I'm trying to figure it out and I'm going through. And I recognize so far in Path 2 that you really need a very minimal investment into accuracy to get 100%, which again makes it kind of pointless to begin with. But so I start and I go through and I'm like, you know what? Let's just do shield stuff. Like, it'd be fun to do the melee weapon as like, it's good for the animate weapon that the Smith of Kitava has, whatever it's called. And then, you could add like all those crappy rolls like resists that I don't know if you can roll resist on weapons like you could in Path 1, but assuming you could in Path 2, like, yeah, that'd be fun. And then just do like, cause I already want big armor rolls on my shield anyway. So why not in a quote unquote double dip that? I get good defense, but I'm also getting good offense if I do the shield skills, right? So shield charge, resonate shield, that kind of stuff. I'm like, yeah, it's working together. I like it. Have you used shield charge in Path 2?
Oh, I tried it.
It is unbelievably glitchy.
I don't remember what I didn't like about it, but
it is so bad.
What do you mean though? Like in what sense? But also you're on controller, which I don't know that should matter, but
it definitely shouldn't matter considering how they designed the game. But like it is actually unreal. The amount of glitching and snapping back to where I was and teleporting.
Oh, the snapping back for sure.
It is not ready.
Yeah.
And it's been in the game for forever. It has been in the game since Maces came into the game. And it's so bad. The amount of times, like, you know how I've complained in the past that one of the reasons, the biggest reason that I don't like mapping is just the map designs, how much crap is actually in the way that has nothing to do with combat, and that I can't actually tell in the middle of combat that it is in my way. So poor map design. The amount of stuff that's like sticking out in a map, like just while you're leveling, the amount of times you get stuck as a melee character, like even what's that one skill you start off with it where it's like you do that slam and then your character does this really cool flip
they
and
jump
then
and flip over
again. Yeah.
I do like that
whatever
skill.
That pardon me?
I do like that skill, rolling slam or
I
something.
do too. I really like it. It has a nice AoE. It's good. But even that skill, I'm getting caught on edges tons and I'm like not moving forward and I'm taking damage. And it's frustrating because that's not a me problem. Like obviously it's my problem, but it's not my fault because I don't choose where the enemies are. Like I'm there because that's where the enemies end up on the edge of the screen. The enemies end up getting pushed over there. And for there to be so many different edges and pokes and different things like that, like it was a very frustrating. I was excited to go through and do this character, and I have zero interest in progressing it just because of how glitchy and I guess I could say unmade for the game my experience was with these skills that I'm trying. You know what I mean?
So they came out like they did the druid this last one, right? And one of the wolf's skills is to jump, like leap towards the enemy. And it's a very fun skill. And I was using it in my druid that I was playing in endgame. But
is it a skill gem or the base attack?
No, it was one of the skills. I wish I could remember. It wasn't the base attack. I can't remember exactly which skill it was, but you had to be in wolf form for it. And it would basically, you would jump forward to do your attack. And it was quite great. It was very similar to the shield charge in the sense of the distance that it could jump. But it was so often, especially in zones where they were tighter, in not wide open, where I would have used it, you know, relatively quickly to try and move through. And then all of a sudden my character was jerking backwards. And I would get that rubber band, which I have not felt rubber banding in forever in Path of Exile. And it's not rubber banding in the sense of what it used to be, which used to be just lag. I think it's just the design of the game where it doesn't realize that it's fine for me to be where I just got to, or even worse, which was really bad for that new skill. I could jump into a thing that I'm not supposed to be allowed inside, and then I couldn't move, and I'd have to wait for the cooldown to jump out of, like to leap out of whatever it was that I was inside of. So I think there's still some of that stuff that they have to address. I don't know what the full answer is, but like I don't mind that there's things in a zone to sort of not block your path, but to, you know, there's a tree or there's a large caravan that's in the place. But I don't mind if they're there, but what I don't like is how rigid the collision feels right now in the game. Like it feels
100%.
There's not a smoothness to that. Like I get it. Okay, I'm not supposed to run into the caravan, but also that caravan's only there to make it look cool and the zone look more reasonable. It shouldn't be part of my fight with a rare that I'm coming up against. So yeah, I wish that was just a little more smoother and less janky and rigid when I hit them.
Well, anytime you play co-op, you're reminded about how poor the collision detection is.
Player collision should not exist ever.
Oh, it's so bad.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
they had that Path of Exile 1 though.
Screen.
It was the same thing.
Oh, but it shouldn't be.
No, it shouldn't be at all.
Like you should have 12 years experience of like fine tuning co-op.
If my skeletons and your skeletons can run right through each other and stand right on top of each other, so should you and I.
Like
there's really no reason.
Especially with how much ground effects there are. There's not a lot of places to stand that are safe. We should be able to share a space.
Yeah, but wouldn't that be funny?
It's
pushing each other out.
When my wife and I are fighting Gregory together, we have to like come up with a rule. It's like, okay,
like you're on the top, I'm on the bottom.
Right. Or it's like, okay, I'm going to circle to the left and you're going to circle to the right.
Yeah.
Because otherwise we're both going to the right or both going to the left. And it's like, and then we're dead. And that's not us. We don't have time to look where other people are.
Imagine with 6 people.
Right? So
what was the game? Oh man, it reminded me of Mario Party when we were kids and there were certain parties where you would try and get the other person thrown off the edge.
Right.
That's what it just reminded me of. Yeah,
right.
I don't think there's
it's like PvP trying to play co-op. It's like PvP.
Right. Yeah.
Who last one standing, and then you're still screwed because of the multiply, all the health that's still there. But
yeah, I don't think player collision should exist in Path of Exile 2.
Or
Between
be
the players,
so much. At least be smooth.
It doesn't need
like
to
that
be at all.
Screen jumps.
Oh, the junk. Yeah.
It's so janky. Yeah. Anyway, so I tried to play melee, and it was unbelievable to me how. Now this is just my experience, but this is my experience. How unfriendly the game is to melee.
The game has never been friendly to melee,
but
though.
You're making a brand new game.
Well, it's not. So, yes, I do agree. I mean, I don't even have an argument against what you're saying. I do think that the melee part, some of their skills that they've come out with. So, rolling slam that you're talking about, right, shield charge. Yes. I think they have leap slam. I think they are. I have realized now that I'm playing Path of Exile 2 with controller. I think some of these skills are very hard for them to build for both sides. I think that some of these skills probably work very, very well with keyboard and mouse, like a lot better than with controller. Rolling slam is a perfect example. Rolling slam is a great skill. The ability to change direction as you're going through it, I love it. But it's very hard sometimes when you are actually trying to go like, this is where I want to make sure I slam. And doing it with controller is a lot harder than if you had keyboard and mouse. That being said, there's enemy wise and stuff. The game is not friendly to melee.
No, it really doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Like I'm going through as a warrior, right? And I'm trying to do this Smith Kitava, and I get this melee skill, and I'm doing shield charge. Now, shield charge is just broken. It's glitchy beyond compare for controller. And so I'm going through with like slam. I'm trying like earthquake. Well, earthquake takes 10 hours to find.
So cool though, but yes, it takes way too long.
Yeah, but I'm like, I have stuff to do.
That's why I stopped playing it. The delay was too long.
You have just as many ranged enemies as you do melee enemies. Well, it's the ranged ones that hurt the melee character. The melee enemies are fine. That's what I'm built for. But the ranged ones are hit. There's chaos damage everywhere. There's those spitters. I'm like, it's life flask just as often as I'm hitting my attack skill. And what am I supposed to do? Like, sure, the boss fights are a little bit better because it's just me and the boss. But it is such an irritating experience with the amount of ranged characters that exist that are shooting at me and I can't get there. It's slow. And so some of the things that made me kind of giggle or roll my eyes and kind of even fear that the game's already trending in a Path of Exile one direction was, so you already have travel skills that they were really trying to work away from with Path of Exile 2, right? They were talking about like, no, we're not going to have these movement skills. But already you have shield charge, which shield charge, cool, right? Cool.
Yeah, there's other ones.
And if you're trying to get away from them, you still have a couple, but hopefully they don't end up being mandatory. But now they come out with a new quote unquote melee class, right? The Druid. And what are the two innate skills that they have? Well, the bear automatically just comes with tons of resist, right? Mm-hmm. Tons of mitigation. Right.
Is it resist or is it armor?
It's armor, but still, like that's what you need at the beginning, right? Yep. And then your gear is your flat resist, but it's the armor that's the tricky one, and that's what you get just per level up, per everything. You just get lots of innate armor. So you're running around, crashing around, and you're having a great time. And the wolf, that innate skill is dash 2 and then slash. You cut the distance of vulnerability completely out, and you slash. And so now it's like, again, because of how the enemies and the maps are designed while leveling. Why would anybody be the warrior?
Well,
again, now you have, of course, but now you have that state of vulnerability, and the game's not designed around the most vulnerable class, which is melee. So it's like you have this constant, like you're constantly fighting these ranged characters that you have to get to, but you're taking tons of damage as you're getting there. Like it really wasn't, again, I get this is not everybody's experience. This is my experience, but this is my experience. It really wasn't fun trying to go through leveling as melee. And I get that it's fun once you have the stuff and it's all figured out, but there's a process to getting there. And it really hasn't been fun trying to, I mean, shield charge doesn't help. Even if shield charge is mandatory, it's broken beyond belief. So it's frustrating because it's still in the game.
When the league first came out, and I told you that I was playing bear for the first like whatever week or 2 weeks, and the reason that I switched was because my favorite skill that they came out with for the druid was this rolling calamity skill, which just had fire falling from the skies all around you. Amazing damage, so fun. But you put it in, combine it with the rampage skill that the bear gets, but it's the same with shield charge. Like, oh, I hit a jut and I'm stopped. But worse than shield charge is, at least with shield charge, you just press it again and you go. With the rampage, your stupid bear has to like go back, roar, and then start running. So it's like a 1.5 second lead up to get it. But if you bumped into an edge, you get stopped.
Screws you over.
I think some of that stuff that they're still working on. The thing that's scary though is that, like, for me with my problems with it, that it wasn't actually just a melee problem. Like, it was a melee problem because I still need to be close to the enemy to kill them. But it was more what was happening with the skill and the things around me that was making it not as fun to play.
For sure. And so as I was, I'm all frustrated, like I was really excited for the Smith of Kitava character, and then I go through and I'm just having fun. So I didn't even bother. I think I'm not even halfway through Act 1, and I'm just not having fun with it. I don't want to deal with all the crap. Like, I don't sit down to hope something's fun eventually.
But I mean, halfway through Act 1, there's very few anything that's fun. Like, it feels like there's, and which is fair. There's a struggle to like build your character up, but it is unfortunate because I think halfway through Act 1, most stuff is feeling a bit more like a chore or frustrating than fun. But as you progress further, it typically starts to get a bit better.
But even with my skeletons and zombies, like, I'm fine. Like, just because it's not exciting doesn't mean it's not tedious. It doesn't mean it's tedious. You know what I mean? But like, I was getting really frustrated with my inability to get to enemies, or how one enemy was making me take so much damage. Mm-hmm. And then I'm finally at like the King of the Mist or whatever, in that area where you do the 3 and like, not the first one, but the second time.
Yep.
And I'm like, no, this is like, I have to like do this swarm of enemies at the beginning of every time, and they're doing chaos damage from range,
really?
And I have to go around this dumb totem in the middle, and I'm like, what's the skill called? Rolling Slam or whatever?
Slam, yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I have that, or like the 10-minute delay of Earthquake. Mm-hmm. Like, no, I'm just going to play any other starting class.
Just get Chaos Res and then get some.
Right, yeah. No, that's on 2-day shipping. I can't get that overnight. That's 2-day shipping. That'll come shortly. So again, I totally know it's beta. It was just, that was my experience. It wasn't fun. But then my theory crafting brain is still on, right? So I'm like, okay, well, my son's birthday was this past week, and he had a great
Happy
time.
Birthday.
And thank you. And he, one of the gifts that we got him was a gift card to Xbox, but it was specifically for Path of Exile 2. A currency tab, and then upgrading his tabs to premium tabs. But thank you, GGG. I hope you hear this through all my whining and complaining before, but it's cool that the default tabs, the first 4 default tabs, have affinities included in them. You don't have to pay for that.
Oh, cool. That is cool.
Yeah. So your default tabs, you can't sell with them. You can't change a color or change the name, but you can assign them to essences or whatever. So loved that. And the key itself comes with 300 points, which I didn't realize. Awesome. So we gave him way more
same value.
Should have.
That's still fun though.
So, but he had 300 points, and the currency tab 75.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So anyway,
what did he go to town with? What else did he do? Like, what else did he get?
Oh, we got him a laser tag.
No. I mean, in game, like in Path of Exile.
That's all we let him get for now.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Because he's still like, he loves Path of Exile. He's exactly like me. He's a theory crafter. He just wants to see if his ideas work. He gets like, he blames everybody but himself if something doesn't work right, just like me, right? And so like, he's having a great time, but he's really fun in PoE. But I told him, like, hang on, like, let's see how far you get. You don't want to spend money on stuff you don't need yet. But like, he's so stoked that it's his own account.
Yeah, that's cool.
Right. And
that's
so
fun.
Anyways, but I wanted to make sure that it was all set up for him. Like we gave him the gift card and all that, but then we were having troubles with the Xbox permissions because the dude's 11 and he's buying a 17 plus game. Mm-hmm. So I had some mixing around to do. So I did that while he was at school. And so I wanted to make sure the stash tab was purchased for him. So when he got home, he could just start playing right away. And so I created a character under his account and I made it to whatever the first home base is.
Congrats.
So that I could interact with the stash tab. And I started off as a druid just for fun. And I'm like, yeah, let's do the werewolf thing. And it was fun, man. Like it was fun. Well, but again, even though it's like conforming to the design as opposed to designing around like your weakest, most vulnerable archetype, which would be melee, when you have the werewolf just skipping and dashing jumping right forward to the enemy.
Yes.
It's so nice.
It
feels
fun.
So good. And the description's all screwed up because it says you get
thought of trying like a druid that's the werewolf style?
Well, yes, and that is actually where I'm going with this.
Sorry.
So no, it's all good. And so I'm like looking at the descriptions and I'm learning a little bit more about it because like the idea of the archetype of shapeshifting doesn't interest me. Like I love fantasy stories, but I hate like wizards and magic and stuff. You know what I mean? Like I still like realistic, despite the fact that I like Vanda. Well, yeah, you can't diss Ian McClellan. So that's a tricky one.
Yeah, it's true.
That's a tricky one. And he's like the lowest of
Saruman?
the Maya too,
like him?
Right? Well, he's Maya too.
Mm.
You don't know what Maya are.
I have no idea what you're talking about. What is Maya too? Is this some special code for Lord of the Rings?
No, they're like a helper to the semi-deities of Middle Earth. There was a Luvatar.
Is it a wizard?
Who created the Valar. And the Valar had Maya to help them with their tasks in creating Valinor and Middle Earth. And it was Sauron, Gandalf. They're all, don't fall asleep. This is your damn question.
I'm dying, not sleeping.
I know you died. But
I don't think I actually asked a question. But that's fine.
So
are they wizards?
Anyway,
that's all I wonder. No, I'm just curious.
In Middle Earth, they're
wizards. Okay, go on.
There was 5 of them.
You hate them, but go ahead. You hate wizards.
A gray one, a white one, a brown one, and 2 blue ones.
Really?
The 2 blue ones don't have names.
Obviously. Anyway, go on. You don't like wizards.
So the shape-shifting stuff doesn't interest me just in general, but I'm like, whatever. It's a game. Fun. Who cares what I look like? If I actually don't care about my MTX, like
it's actually more based on the skill anyway, right?
It is. So whatever. So I go through and I'm having a great time. I do the dash and I'm going through, but it's like the description of the main attack says something convoluted, like you get, you call the cold powers from the moon to imbue your attacks.
Sure.
But as far as I can tell, it's pure physical damage. My base attack, even though it's talking about like all this cold, cool lunar stuff, it's other skills.
There's cold,
but it doesn't actually tell you what type of damage your basic skill is. But it tells you get the cold power from the moon. So anyway, I've looked into it. Apparently, it is pure physical damage, and then they just have some cool cold based skills that unlock later on. So it's just like crappy marketing. But I go through and I'm really enjoying the dash.
Always have to be cold.
And I go through and I'm like, all right, sweet, this is going to be cool. And then I look around at like some of the other stuff that's happening, and then I see this one skill where it's like leap towards the whatever enemy, and you create a mark on the enemy.
That's the one.
Right. And and Emily, if you have another mark supported within that skill, it'll do that mark instead. But
that's what I do.
But it doesn't mark necessarily the enemy you hit. It marks the highest rarity enemy. And I'm like, yes, please. I mean, talk about controller friendly. This is great. So, and then it says like, and any of your wolves that are with you will jump with you. And I'm like, oh, right. They have like the wolf companion minion thing. That's really cool. And so I go and I look, and I've just finished dealing with the Smith of Catava theory crafting, right? So we have the weapon that scales with strength and dex, right? That minion. And then we have the living lightning that also scales similarly with strength and dex. And I'm like, all right, that's cool. Let's see what this. And so there's the wolf pack, right? Yes. And it's strength and it's int. And I'm like, okay, it's a 50-50 split. All right, let's go with that. Let's see what's going on. It's just minion. It's just companion. It doesn't scale differently. And I'm like, what the hell? Why on earth would I invest in minion damage as a werewolf? I'm a werewolf. I am dashing into these people. I am in the middle of a fight. I'm going whack, 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 whack with my claws.
Yeah.
I need the damage.
So skip, don't do the minions.
Why does it exist?
I don't know. Maybe you could build around it. Actually, no, I'm not sure. I didn't do it.
Right. But if I'm going minions,
I mean, there's
I have
minions,
all my
there's
pure
minion
int.
stuff up there.
But I'm going pure int. All minions are pure int, except for companions, like a couple companions on the deck side, or like the one companion, or like tame beast or whatever. Everything's int. Like I have a lot of options for minions, but if I'm splitting between strength and int, I don't have enough int to go with those other ones.
Are you trying to have other minions as well as the wolf pack? Is that what you're talking?
But just think about like being a werewolf. You want the damage.
Mm-hmm.
So why would you put minions that only scale with minion damage, not with anything that you're innately using in your build? I couldn't think of a reason.
Well, I don't know what their damage is like, but I mean, the fact is you are sort of in a direction of minions on the tree, minion stuff on the tree. I don't know what their damage is like, so I have no idea. And it never made any sense to me to have other minions with myself as the werewolf. I veered away from the minion side, but I don't know.
That's my point. Why would I invest in minion damage when I should be investing in my own damage as a werewolf with big nasty claws? I'm not going to be a supporting werewolf unless I'm going to do that really annoying MTX howl for all my war cries, right, nonstop. But like, I'm a werewolf. I'm doing the damage. So it really surprised me that the support, the minion wolf pack skill didn't scale innately with something that I would be focusing on as a werewolf. I had to separate my damage like an actual caster / minion player. And in that case, I may as well just be a witch. It was weird to me that it doesn't scale.
Jump into the fight like a freaking werewolf.
But that's what I'm saying. That's why it's okay to invest purely in minion damage, because they're doing the fighting. But as a werewolf, none of my skills are like, hey, you know what? I'm going to hang back and you guys do the work. None of the skills do that for the werewolf. So it was surprising to me, like even the Smith of Kitava, right? You have this melee weapon, this invulnerable melee weapon. Well, it scales with strength because that's what I'm going to be investing in with my character, right? It coincides with the idea of what I'm doing. And so it could, if it interested me, couple with what I'm already doing. So it was just weird to me that the wolf pack didn't coincide with what I'm planning on doing with a werewolf. Know what I mean? Yeah. It just didn't make sense to me.
But did you also brain theory craft ideas that didn't have that then? Because the wolf playstyle is very fun.
It did. Yeah. I mean, I always like minions. And so I was trying to think of a way where the wolf pack would make sense for me to use. I couldn't think of one. So then I started going through and checking out, because basically all the talisman stuff is strength and int, right? And so I'm like, okay, well, how am I going to do this? And how am I going to do that? And it honestly just didn't seem to coincide really well with the things that interested me. There just wasn't a good cohesion with the skills that were available, splitting your strength and int 50-50. I didn't like any of the forced play styles that they had. So I went away from the werewolf, but it was creating Oliver's account that, spurred that. And then I got back into curse efficiency. Well, but I forgot, remember how originally I started way off as the chronomancer, right? And how bad that start was. And thank goodness it was actually legit. It wasn't just me, but now I've forgotten about that. And then I've realized through whichever update it was that there's a lot more presence and aura nodes on the tree and aura magnitude, stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, getting back into that innate slow presence with your first, the chronomancer has that 20%, enemies within your presence are slowed by 20%. And I'm like, okay, well, you know what, though? That only has that one penalty for unique enemies having a 50% less slow reduction. Because it's not blasphemy, you're not losing that 45% less, and it's not technically a curse, so you're not losing that 50% either. So all of a sudden I'm like, okay, well, let's see if it's worth investing in that and this. And so then I was doing a whole bunch of spreadsheet work on it last night, and I was really excited about it. And then this morning when I woke up, I realized that I was too tired to be doing all of that work that I stayed up really late doing, and I completely screwed up my spreadsheet. Yes, it was like 1:30 in the morning, and I'm half falling asleep, and I'm no, I have to do it now because I'm going to forget where I was in the morning. I screwed up all the formulas last night.
Oh no, really? Like
I have to redo my whole, and it's not that I have to redo it, but because I don't know what I screwed up, I have to check every single cell to make sure all the math is right. And I'm like, dang it. So anyway, but now I'm back into seeing what the chronomancer would be like, because when my son came back from school the other day, he was super stoked. He started a caster, and I'm like, oh man, like I got the itch. He actually,
that's how you do it.
Yeah, right. Well, no, I was like, he got me into like, oh man, now I want to do a caster and I want to do this. And
it is better leveling as a caster now than it was when you last did it.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure it is. And there's also the temptation of the disciple of Varshi. Mm-hmm. Right, so all 3 sorcerers are out now, and I actually like all 3
for armor.
sorcerers.
Wasn't a flat 60%, right? That node that I really like,
multiplicative.
It's 60% of your current ES counts towards your armor rating,
right? So
it can go higher than that
for sure. And but I actually like all 3 sorceresses, whereas I don't like any of the witches. Mm-hmm. I don't like any of the witches for the minion starting point, but I like all 3 if I'm doing
worth
casting.
It. Give up that 120% and come to a different side, Ty.
But I might not do minions then in that case, right?
Well, then you have options.
I do. Mm-hmm. I'm like, what do I do with spirit now? But the funny thing is that
that's right.
But the funny thing is, I'd still want the scepter, because when my skeletons die, like cast on minion death is 30 spirit. Mm-hmm. Cast on elemental infliction, I don't know what's it called, where it's like you burn, shock, or freeze. That cast on is 100 spirit. Cast on dodge is 100. Like all the other cast ons are 100 spirit. Cast on minion death is 30. And at like every 7 seconds when they die, I get guaranteed casts for these things. Like that's great.
My Varashta still one had a scepter still.
Right. And
just
if you
so much
add
spirit.
Essence Harvest to these dying minions, you have huge mana regen right off the bat. So I'm still probably going to have minion instability with my build just because of how that works as a support. But then I'm like, well, I may as well just make them do damage. Then it's hard for me to not invest in the minion damage side because they're already going to be exploding for the sake of support, right? So that's fun. I had a great week despite my frustration with the basics.
Yeah, some of it's janky that they'll hopefully fix.
Yep. Oh, for sure.
Yeah. That being said, shield charge wasn't great in PoE 1 either. I used it all the time, but it was very clunky with regards to did you trip on the edge of a wall or something, like
sure.
But
the problem for me is, and this is where I do get whiny, is shield charge has been in the game for a long time. Like it should not stay that way because you're working on something else. Like I get that you want to create other things and you have other things that do need to come out, but at the same time, there is stuff in the game that does need to work. It's in the game for a reason. It should actually function. And shield charge isn't functionable. It actually can't. It doesn't work with controller. Anyway.
With controller, I think that's probably one asterisk. And I'm not saying that that's fair, but what I am saying is if it's not the predominant concern or complaint that they're getting, then it may just take longer for that to get adjusted.
Yeah. Self-awareness is a part of being an experienced company, though.
Well, I don't know. I think I can't imagine trying to balance a skill, not for damage, but to balance a skill to work in WASD mode, mouse and keyboard mode, and controller mode like that. With the amount of skills they have, I feel like that's got to be very difficult.
Sure. But then don't release it until you've figured it out. Right? Like they choose to have it in the game, and this isn't, and you use the word balance, and I know you didn't mean it in terms of like balance in terms of its power or damage
at all.
This isn't a balance issue. This is a functionality issue. Like it actually doesn't work. It works if the whole screen is empty except for an enemy. It works, but it does not work if there's anything.
Did you ever look at any of its special skill options? Because I know they changed a bunch. Because I noticed that with one of I can't remember what it was, but I had different skill options that I hadn't had before with a movement style skill. It was either it might have been the wolf one, actually. It might have been the option was to just go its full distance. I can't remember what the two options
more like a
were.
Movement skill as opposed to
I can't remember how they worded it, but yeah.
I'll check it out and see. But at the end of the day, it's still, I'm already done with that build and skill. Like because it wasn't just shield charge that turned me off of melee.
Melee is not in a great spot. It is very hard to play melee. You can do it, but it is not. It can go.
You either got to change the amount of ranged enemies that they let spawn within a screen,
or limit their distance from a certain far, or limit their damage based on distance or something.
Or have like some sort of mitigation that exists, like the bear does, or something for these for these melee style characters, right? Like I was excited to use Sunder. That was eventually going to be my skill, right?
I did really like Earthquake, but it was a little bit too slow. But when I first played it, I really, really enjoyed it through Act 1. But I was like, oh my god, it's a
slow. It's a weird level 1 skill.
Yeah.
You like in the very first section, you have these witches that have these red circles that explode for huge damage,
massive damage
when you're level 1. And and then I have wolves chasing me, and then I have like, I don't know, ducks chasing. I don't know, anything's chasing me, and I'm like, I hit Earthquake down on the scariest, right? She's like, this witch that can't see me because and most of the time she stays pretty still, especially if you play the circle game, which is like the PoE trick, right? Just running around in circles, but like you're waiting a long time and you're getting chased. But if you stop, like it is such a slow skill that if you don't time it perfectly, those red circles are faster than the amount of time it takes for you to smash your Earthquake.
That's not just a melee thing though, too, because I remember going through Act 1, even on casting style or range style, where you're like trying to cast towards them and they're faster than you. And you're like, oh my God, I got to move. And you're just rolling out of a skill. But
yeah. So
fun times.
Some of it was frustrating. Some of it was really exciting. I'm now on the spreadsheet side of it. I got to figure out my curse efficiency.
Got to fix your spreadsheet though.
It is going to happen. That is priority number 1. I'm going to fail at seducing my wife when we are finished this, and then I'm going to work on my spreadsheet shortly after, and it's going to be great. Sip some coffee.
At least you'll still get off.
Hey, I'm not wearing it. I thought this was the shirt. Chris bought me a shirt that said "Freak in the Sheets," but it's a picture of Google Sheets.
Google Sheets, yeah. So
you bet
good.
your buns I am.
All right, sweet.
I didn't mean to talk the whole time. Sorry about that, man.
Hey, I didn't play this week, so
I know you didn't, which was why I was comfortable doing it, but I still feel jerkish about it.
I gave my insights. Next week starts our private league, which I don't know if we'll have played before. It starts at the 30th.
You and I won't have. It starts on the 30th, which is Saturday
at 1:30 a.m. though. So, but I also, Anyway, our private league is
that are 8 hours different than us, 8 hours away.
Good luck, because we're coming for you. Anyway, our private league starts next week. If you want to join, pop into our Discord, and you'll find the information in there. Let's wrap this up. Forever Exiled 329. I'm Justin AK Tags.
I'm Tyler Ricker of Days.
Patrons will catch you in After Dark. Everybody else, we'll see you next week for 330. We have a website, foreverexiled.com. We have a very fun Discord. Pop in and say hello. And Patreon and other ways to support the podcast, you will find them down below as well as on the website.
Do you have any waterproof microphones? Because our 333 episode.
What's that? 333? Yeah.
Well, it's a sexy rep digit full of round numbers.
It is.
Physically round.
That's going to cause the microphones to get wet, obviously, because they're so excited for 333.
But also hot tub, kind of promised, guaranteed.
We promised?
That probably was
it in a main episode? Promises only count in the main episode.
You may have consumed when approving the hot tub episode.
I don't know,
but anyway, we have 3 episodes to figure out how we're going to record in the hot tub.
All right, bye.